Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to episode number 133 of the Unknown Games Podcast, a show where we talk about video games and our lives here in Japan. I am your host, Adrian, and I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, the number one duck, the game duck, thrice resurrected, or died, I don't know, Alex.
What's up, bitches? I'm the game duck.
I was on a roll for a second. That was one of the best intros I had until I just flubbed it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would think after 133 episodes or 132, I would have this on lock, but that is not the case.
Maybe after 130 more.
I'll be perfect. Practice makes perfect, kids. If you do it enough, you shall succeed. Okay. Well, anyways, I mean, how you been this week? It's just started. Did you have a good weekend?
Weekend was pretty chill, I guess. Yeah. It's been fine. I don't know. So I'm just like really distracted for some reason.
I was like, what?
This is off topic. I have a YouTube channel that I didn't really update anymore, but I still have like a plugin to show me like stats for that channel. So when I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at other channels, it always shows like a comparison, like your channel versus their channel, right?
Are you looking at a comparison of your channel versus our channel?
Yeah,
here?
the Unknown Games podcast. I got like, and I haven't put a video on there for like 2 years. I got I got 1,000 views in the last month, and I have no idea how.
What the heck?
Yeah.
For everyone who's listening, I don't even know about this YouTube channel that he thought. I don't even know about that personal one, man. I'm just like,
yeah.
Man.
It's really.
Well,
I haven't
congrats.
put a new video up there in like 2 years, and I got 1,000 views apparently. But yeah.
Hey, congrats, man. Anytime you get a view, sometimes it's hard to be like, I got a view and be happy about it because you see so many views around you. But yeah, 1,000 views, that's awesome. Congrats.
It's mostly content now that I'm like not proud of, which is like, I think a lot of creators do this where they kind of embarrass about their old content and that kind of stuff, especially as your style changes throughout the years.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
Yeah, now I'm like pretty much focused primarily on Twitch, so I just stream on Twitch. So I sit down and play video games and I talk to chat, and that's pretty much the most of my content creation nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like previously, I used to do a bunch of let's plays and that kind of stuff, and it's kind of stuff that I don't really even want to look at anymore. So the fact that 1,000 people is looking at it, I'm like, maybe you guys shouldn't really. Yeah, maybe don't look at that.
Dude, I've learned that the internet, and for anyone who wants to get into content creation, just legit, the internet is random. You never know who's going to look, and the people who are looking, you'll always be surprised by. So, I mean, I got to give a quick shout out to some people from the last video who commented on our Apex Legends. I think it was like season 13, kind of initial thoughts, and asked for an Apex mobile review. And I mean, like, thoughts are kind of video for that. And so we'll be doing that this episode, along with Palworld, which is this game. Honestly, I just found it about like 15 minutes ago. Well, I guess an hour ago. I was like, what is this thing? But it was so survival Pokemon Arceus like looking game. It just hit me like, wow, this is
I've
something.
known about it for a while. Someone mentioned it on stream a couple months ago. They're like, hey, check out Palworld. I was like, okay, sure. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, that's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. It is.
Side note, are we live? Are we live?
Wait, are we live? We are live. But I just noticed something in the settings. Because I did a test stream over the weekend, and I think that kind of messed some things up. So
I don't know if we're live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube. Just trust me. I've got to do one more thing. What the hell on his head?
I actually don't. I actually can't see if we're live on.
Oh,
now we are. Oh wait, no.
It's under unlisted.
We're live. We're live on YouTube.
What's up? Is it real or is it not?
It's unlisted. It's unlisted. It's unlisted.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
unlisted.
trying to like change it now. Like, can I get this to be unlisted to being live? Because dude, it's killing me.
What's up, YouTube? We actually are live. If you're watching this right now, you're one of us. You're me.
You are legitimately one of us.
Yeah, it's me. It's you're me or Adrian. That's it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It has been changed to public. You know what? We do this show every week, but sometimes weird stuff does happen. And once again, thanks to everyone. If you are listening via Google Podcast or iTunes, Spotify, any of those major audio services, Audacity, I was going to say. Audible. There we go. Yeah, go ahead, leave a review. We want to say thanks as always for listening there. But yeah, leave a review and let us know what you wanted to see on the show or anything like that. You can go to our anchor page at anchor.fm/UGPcast. and leave a voicemail. And finally, follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast. And the last little bit, where can they find you on Twitch, man?
Sure. That's twitch.tv/root24. You can see it on screen right now if you're on YouTube, but if not and you're just listening, yeah, it's twitch.tv/root24. I'm live about twice a week, and we play video games of all sorts. I might play Palworld. I will play Palworld. That's probably
Dude, it's multiplayer.
Happen, yeah.
Yo.
We can play Palworld.
We
together,
can play
yeah.
Palworld. We're gonna be in that. And you can follow me on twitch.tv/ninjatrix, NINJATRIX. I stream 4 times a week, so between both of us, you can find us and get some good games in. We play a lot of great stuff. So without any further ado, we're gonna move on into Palworld and exactly what this thing is, because I mean you said you knew about it before for a while. Someone in chat mentioned it. This is coming from Pocket Pair, and the previous game that they released was Craftopia, if I got this
I think
correct.
so. And then maybe like one other game that was maybe popular, but it seems like it's a bit out of left field in my opinion. From these guys.
It does. I mean, this is you will be doing some crafting and survive. Like it's still a crafting game, so that's still there. And the kind of survival element is there too.
It's like an open world, kind of building, crafting, survival game. I think there's some agriculture, some like farming and stuff involved as well. And then, so it's like one of those games mashed with a monster collecting breeding game. And
Pokemon
it's also a third person like shooter for some reason. Yeah, it's just wild.
It's wild because like I mean, it looks really nice. I will say it does look nice. Some things that it may not have are some like the polished kind of animations or anything like that, but the world looks very vibrant. And for anyone who's not familiar with any of these survival games, if you've played anything like The Forest or right now V Rising, which is really popular, I know a lot of people are on V Rising, or Valheim, this is in that same vein, but you are able to, I mean, it's a third-person shooter /
it's pretty weird. I mean, if you're ever playing Pokemon, let's say you're playing Pokemon, and you're like, I sure wish I could shoot that Pokemon in the face with a gun. You can do it now, like in Palworld. Like the monsters are super cute. Like it's a super cute monster design kind of thing, right?
I almost thought the monster designs were done a little bit by the people who worked on Pokemon for a little bit. Like some of them look really like they look very similar. I'm like, yo, is that just my boy? Like
I would say closer to like Digimon designs, if anything, but yeah, they do have a lot of the designs. The monster designs are pretty good, actually. You gotta give them credit. You know, if you want to like, if you're looking at Powell right now, you look at these some of the monster designs are pretty good, actually. Honestly,
they're actually really really good designs. And
but yeah, if you ever want to like ride on the back of one of your Pokemon, but also take out a shotgun and shoot another Pokemon in the face, you can certainly do that in this game. And
it looks like even some of these we can't call them Pokemon forever, but even some of them are able to like shoot guns too. I mean,
you're seeing this trailer here, like your monster has a tiny gun itself. It's just so weird. It's so jarring. Like out of context, it's just so weird. It's so weird to see.
And when you mentioned the whole point, it looks like there is an evolution type deal in here, but it's more akin to like DNA digivolving, where two Digimon kind of come together to become a new combined Digimon.
I don't know if there's.
I don't know if that's the actual only way.
There could be like actual evolution as well, but also fusion. I don't know. The game's not out and I haven't played it yet, but
it's something. And maybe there's even a story. And we're just going. If you want to check out this game,
maybe there's a story.
Looks like these creatures are being forced to make guns. Go ahead and look at the Steam page, which has a lot of the information that you'll need. This game is supposed to come out sometime in 2022.
This year, yeah.
This year, and it's just like like I said, we were kind of caught off guard by it just because A, it's survival, B, these really nice Pokemon creature-like designs, C,
and then the guns
online,
and it's that too. But also the fact that you can like the guns is so bizarre to me. The fact that your pals can also themselves shoot guns.
There's freaking
and you can
like
shoot guns.
Apex like sliding in this thing too, like
And
slide
then
jumping.
yeah, you guys can shoot guns. You and your pals can shoot guns at other pals. I don't know.
So just coming off of the actual page about this game from Steam, it's like, what is this game? You know, Palworld is a game about living a slow, easygoing, happy life with mysterious creatures called Pal. So now we know what they are. Or throwing yourself into a life and death battles with the villainous poachers. On your
Yeah, it's really
adventures,
definitely like two things on the opposite ends of the same spectrum. So like, I don't like. Do you have a? Is there a story? Because like, what if you're just like, I don't want to like fight
so it
villainous
looks
poachers? Yeah.
it looks like let's see here, you can befriend more of pals and then you can explore the world together. You can sell them. This is some cryptic
You
stuff.
can,
You can sell
yeah.
them, butcher them to eat, give them hard labor, pillage, rob, and
Oh my
exercise
God.
complete mayhem. But this is completely up to players to make adult decisions like these, since the laws in this world prohibit such activities. Just don't get caught. This is some.
I feel like that concept was resulted from like people sitting down at a table and was just like, Pokemon's boring. How can we make Pokemon for the new like generation? How can we
Well, I
make
mean, like
Pokemon badass?
I've
Like
had
let's
a lot of friends who actually asked themselves the question, like, we want like we want real Pokemon, like kind of like, because that was always the appeal of Digimon to me, right? Like Digimon
Yeah,
felt like
Digimon was always like a little more mature,
it was a little
yeah.
bit more mature, and like I don't know if we want it to be this mature where you can butcher them to
You can
eat or
kill
give them
them, yeah.
hard labor. Like that's it's a little bit too much for these cute creatures, but um I mean, I think there definitely was people who had wanted something like this. And the main kind of pillars of this game, survival, which we had already talked about, and then there's also writing and exploration, building, which is one of their strengths with Craftopia, life, make your carefree life. So I would assume something like a Animal Crossing, just kind of like chilling out, making your hut, doing that sort of thing, and then keep
Yeah.
people away from your camp. The survival element, right?
It just seems like so it sounds like the game is trying to do many, many, many things. Um
But they seem like they kind
I
of
mean
go
the game's not out.
together
The
in
game's
one
not out
world.
yet, so I don't know how it's gonna really play out, but um I'm still gonna get the game because I'm so sold on this bizarre ass concept of like the adult. Like, okay, so I know there's been people who are like, I sure wish Pokemon was more adult, and I get that. But like to
Mm-hmm.
me, looking at it in person, like looking at the trailer, it looks so much like a parody. Like it looks
Yeah,
so
it's like a,
stupid.
a weird kind of parody.
Yeah,
I mean, you like Stardew Valley though, so I mean, you did like Stardew Valley. I remember you played it, but I don't know if you
I
liked it.
played it a bit. Yeah, I put it on stream.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I mean, so it's
did I
gonna
stream
have.
it? Maybe I just played it. Maybe I didn't stream it. I play it. Yeah, yeah.
I played a little bit of it on stream, and I mean,
Hmm.
it still has that aspect of where you're farming, and I guess that's where you can get them to do like the quote quote hard labor. But it seems a little bit more friendly in this case. So I mean, it seems like that's kind of all this stuff goes together. You'll go out into the world, you'll explore, you'll get more pals, you'll bring them back, you will ask them to do some farming for you. Maybe they'll chill in your house, a little Animal Crossing thing, and then you'll protect your house or area from, I guess, whatever enemies are actually in this world that come out at certain times.
Yeah.
And then I guess the whole multiplayer part of it, there's going to be dungeons. Uh,
Yeah, where I guess you can dive into a dungeon with a friend and shoot more pals. Like I
and
don't.
oh, and
Yeah.
that's where these Team Rocket like little humans, I guess, using pals for evil, are here, huh? I mean, there's
It
a
seems
lot of stuff.
ridiculous. Like it's so stupid. Like that GIF that you have on screen now, it looks so dumb. Like with a monster on your head with its tiny gun, like everything, it just looks so.
You
It looks
think the
so
monster
ridiculous.
would be like? I mean, and it's shooting at the monster it's shooting at doesn't have a gun either, so it's just like
Yeah, yeah.
somebody's
It's
gonna
just
win.
it's so man.
It's bizarre. It's
It
bizarre.
just looks so weird that I'm like, you know what? I'm sold on that concept because it looks so dumb.
I think the
I'll play
thing
it.
I think the thing is that even though it looks so like weird, like you said, it doesn't look like it's done badly. You know what I mean?
I mean, sure.
It
I
looks
mean, it
like
looks
it's done
fine.
like
Yeah,
in a good way. Like it looks like it looks smooth. It looks like there shouldn't be too much kind of bugginess happening. It just
you
seems like they
can
did
tell
a good
like
job
it's
on it.
not it's not meant to be a parody, but it's like it kind of could be. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like a good looking parody.
Well, I mean, when you'll be like we said, you'll be able. So it's breeding. It's not like DNA digivolving, but you'll be able to breed. So this is something that Pokemon, a lot of people in the Pokemon world do. Just Poke breeding in terms of in actual Pokemon and in real life.
No, I mean but like two Pokemon breeding, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going down any fanfics here.
No strange. Nah, none of none
Yeah, no,
none
no,
of
no
that.
no Vaporeons here.
Oh goodness gracious, I don't even wonder what that is. But I think the last little bit that is probably the most curious is how the multiplayer is going to work. So the game does support multiplayer. You can invite your friends to adventure together. Of course, you can battle and trade with others. So it seems like it's got a lot of little elements to it, but none of it seems too far fetched that they're not like completely integrated into the real world. My question is, for like the next Pokemon game, would you want something like that, like for Arceus, right? Legends Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
If it had been done this way, maybe not. Nintendo probably would have put some customization for the housings. That would have happened, but minus the guns, would you want something like this for Pokemon, like an online? Maybe not survival, but like Animal Crossing ish, like
No,
Pokemon.
not at all. Like no, like I do not buy a Pokemon game for these features. I can understand why someone would. I know there's a slice of the fan base who'd be like, sure, wish Pokemon had these features. And for those people, this game exists, and maybe the developers felt the same way, and that's why they're making their own game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if Nintendo's not going to do it, we'll do it ourselves.
Right.
But no, absolutely not. Like I've never bought a Pokemon game and be like, I sure wish I could make my own house or anything like that. But I'll still play it.
It's
I never played. What was the one that came out? The Monster collecting game that came out like 2 years ago. It was
the
it was really big on PC. Yeah.
Okay, so this is apparently a genre on Steam, Creature Collector. I should be able to find it by.
What was the big one that came out 2 years ago?
Oh, people know it too.
Yeah, it was online. People were like, "This is the Pokemon that I always wanted," because like online it's a little more difficult. It's like, "Oh, here's the adult Pokemon I've always wanted." I just forget what it's called.
And I know what it's supposed to be too. Temtem.
Damn, that's the one. Temtem. Yeah. So
yeah.
I remember when Temtem was coming out. There was a ton of hype around it. For that reason, because it was like, oh, Pokemon still isn't really online. I sure wish it was an online Pokemon. I sure wish it was more difficult. Like you're treating us like kids and that kind of stuff. Right. For the people who wanted to play that kind of Pokemon, Temtem was that answer. Like that's go play Temtem, right? That's really what you're looking for.
Exactly.
But I never jumped into Temtem. Like it wasn't something that I really wanted to play. Did you check it out or?
No. I mean, it's like a weird thing. Like sometimes I have the urge to want to check these games out, and I don't for whatever reason. Because sometimes I don't know if it's like I'm loyal to Pokemon in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like it's just like this isn't. I know what this is, and I know what it wants to be, but it's not the real thing for me. And it's weird because I don't even play the real thing that much anymore. You know what I mean? So it's.
Oh, okay. So are you saying like that like in your mind you just cannot separate the stigma, not stigma, but you can't be like this is its own thing. In your mind, it's always going to be like, oh, it's Pokemon
always going to be
ripoff.
Yeah, even though I don't like for me, I don't see them as ripoffs, but it'll always just be like.
You're not Pokemon?
You're not Pokemon. I'm not playing Pokemon, but I'm playing Pokemon. What is this? I mean, at least Temtem. So to Temtem's credit, the designs are completely different than like Palworld. Palworld was Palworld. One of the first things I noticed was I was like, okay, is that Lucario? Is that like is it Elbit or something like the kind of like some of them
the small Elekid,
yeah, some of them look very much like Pokemon. Whereas Temtem, they didn't.
Temtem designs, I would say, are not for me. I would say, but yeah, I don't know. Is Temtem still popular? Like, what's the?
I assume it has to be a little bit popular still, right? I know they haven't. I don't know if they've come up with an update recently. It's still in early access, actually.
That's not even out yet, like fully. I think it's coming out to maybe is it going to be a console release for Temtem or?
It's cross-platform, so I assume that it's actually already on some.
Is it already on consoles?
It has to be on some consoles.
I don't pay attention to these kind of releases, but. Temtem. Yeah, PS5 and Switch and Xbox.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's early access on PS5 actually.
We've been noticing a couple. So we noticed that last week with, Vampire Survivor, an early access game that will. It's still on PC. Don't get me wrong, but it'll be on Game Pass, the service. I don't know if any, like a lot of early access games on that service for PC, Game Pass PC. Um, but maybe that's something that'll become a little bit more prevalent as well. That we'll start
Mm.
seeing a little bit more of. So I mean, that's all that we know about the game so far. Like we said, it'll be coming out this year sometime unless it gets delayed. There's no there's only 2 more seasons left. or if you're in some parts of the world, there are no seasons left.
Or just like wet dry, right? So
Just
just
wet
the
dry.
when the other season comes, yeah.
When the other season comes. But we'll be looking forward to trying that out, and that's definitely something I think I'm not one. Are you big on survival games?
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
me either. I need to
I've
whack
never.
stuff.
I
need to whack
remember when
things.
what was it when DayZ was like hot, like the mod. Like I know now there's a standalone game called
Mhm.
DayZ, but back when it was just an Arma 3 mod, someone tried to like really get me to play DayZ. They're like, "Look, it's the best." It's played, and he bought me a copy of Arma 3, and like I downloaded the DayZ mod,
Which Arma is coming back now, apparently. But yeah,
and I can't do it. Like I just don't care. Like I
I
cannot get in. I can't get into these games. Yeah.
I get bored. That my issue is I get bored. I need to
Yeah, that and
fight
like
stuff,
Arc,
and
I
I need a
just can't.
story.
I can't do it. Like I just really don't care. Like I just
Like
can't get into it. Yeah.
I think I guess with friends it helps. And I played the Forest with friends. And for me, it's like those games you have a role in those games. Some people go out and gather. Some people do the building, and then sometimes you'll do all that together, and then you'll fight a little bit, right?
Mm.
But I just want to hit stuff. I don't. It's like I don't have the
Yeah.
patience, and it's weird.
I need like a story to motivate me. I'm very
Mm.
like story driven. Like that's my motivation. So if I set out into the world and I know there's like a thing I have to do, even if it's a bad plot, it's like, oh, go find the secret to like your mysterious birthmark or whatever, which is Dragon Quest 11. But yeah, then I'm like, okay, sure, I know what I'm doing. I know where I want to go. Like, this is what I have to do. But when games just throw you into the world and they're like, do whatever you want, and I'm like, okay,
Survive.
I
We're
guess I'll
here.
like kill a bunch of animals and then I'll log off for the day. That's cool. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's just where we stream similar games in that vein. So that's Palworld. Like I said, go check it out. Wishlist the game. It is available on Steam for wishlisting, and hopefully it'll be out sooner than later.
Yeah, I wish
And
I'm like, I'm gonna play this game. It looks so damn weird. So
you're even throwing Pokeball like things in this game.
yeah,
So
and
I
you can see
can't
them capture the monsters.
I can't even say much else right there. And then of course moving on to, and hopefully this works correctly, to Apex Mobile. I've got to set the capture window up really quickly, but
Are you playing Apex
no,
Mobile on
no,
stream?
I'm not gonna end up playing
You
play
should
this game.
stream. You should stream Apex Mobile.
I How do I
How do you stream Apex Mobile?
stream Apex Mobile?
I can tell you later. It's just you have to download like you're on Android, right?
I'm on Android. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you need to set up like some kind of mirror software running on your phone, and then your computer thinks there's a capture card in your computer, but it's actually streaming from your network. Yeah, it's not that hard.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's easier than it sounds.
I'm not
Uh,
saying you should
it's
stream Apex. Maybe you should, but okay, I don't know. It just seems like a fun time. That's all.
it's definitely
A fun bad time.
it's a fun bad time if I can get this, even if I can get this footage up. I need to do like is it a window capture or something for this?
I have no idea what you're trying to capture, so I can't really help
I
you.
think it's
But
like Windows. It's just like a media player.
yeah, that would be a window capture. Then you would select media player as your. You go source, window capture, add source, then go to settings, properties in OBS, and then of your running applications, you choose your media player.
Okay.
Just make sure you
Is
select. I mean, I've actually shown like the wrong thing on stream when I was doing that. I was like, oh shit, whoops, yeah.
just like oh, there we don't go. No. No, I don't know how to do this for some reason. For some reason, it's just acting like no, I don't want to do it. Okay.
Are
Well,
you another way to you're just trying to show a video?
yeah, yeah. I guess I could just do the mobile.
Just add media source and
Just add a
pick the
media
video.
source and just let the thing
Pick the
just
video.
run.
Yeah.
The best way of all. This is what happens when you get that little bit of live, a little bit of live here. Holy crap! Holy. Or I just capture my desktop but have it on the
That's
wrong
dangerous, my
monitor.
friend. That's so dangerous.
Hey, don't worry. I have nothing on my desktop. Someone's like,
Oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this live. Oh my god, looks like oh my god.
it's the most dangerous thing. Don't worry. This part's gonna be out of the video. This part's gonna be out of the video. Anyways, everyone, here we are. We're back. We're here. Life is good. It's a bit strange, but it's working. It'll be there. It'll it'll somewhat be there. Anyways, Apex Mobile did just release, and it is something. I mean, we both have played it,
Yeah,
and
I played it after like I had some friends who were just like, I played Apex Mobile, it's alright. I'm like, really? And I went to go download it. I did the training and I was like, fuck, I hate this.
it's kind of what we thought. I mean, this is in no ways a review. This is just like initial impressions after like maybe an hour or two of playing.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead. Like, tell me, like, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think of Apex Mobile?
so there's a lot of things that my initial thoughts. I booted it up, and things are playing the trailer and stuff. I'm like, okay, it looks like Apex, even like we saw last week on screen. On stream,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like
Yeah.
Apex. Cool, looks like Apex. I
Yep.
go to the tutorial, and it's kind of jarring. I've never had this experience. It's almost like trying to relearn. Now, I don't play a lot of.
Yeah.
I don't play mobile
Yeah.
games. I'll be
Yeah.
very clear. I don't play PUBG. I don't play Warzone or any of these things on mobile. But it felt like I was trying to learn 3D controls for the first time. I'm talking about like I'm trying to figure out how to use two analog nubs,
Yeah. Except it's worse than that because it's a touchscreen.
and it was a little bit jarring in that sense. And so you can still slide hop. You can the sliding was fine, but you can either flick up to hop
To jump.
or
Yeah.
which doesn't seem like it works. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It seemed like it kind of worked sometimes. It didn't. But right above there, there's a button that says jump, so you can do that
Yep.
too. My issue with this game is that there are too many buttons on the screen. There are a
I
lot
think
of
it's because there's yeah, a lot of it is for shooting as well because they're like, do you want to hip fire? Do you want to aim down like using your scope or yeah.
yeah, hip fire, aim down scope, or aim down scope while shooting. Like they're in weird positions too. One of them is
Yeah,
right
also
above.
it's like like you only aim when you're firing or you aim without firing. Yeah.
So it
Yep.
it, it was it was that. And I was surprised and honestly, I think that they've done a great job in some of the aspects in terms of looting. A lot of that is automatic.
Yeah,
A
the
lot of
looting is
modes,
pretty the looting is good, honestly, I got to admit.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the modes.
It'll smartly bring your upgrades to the top so you can quickly grab like better mags, better barrel stabilizers for your gun and stuff.
Yeah, even better. Like a lot of it just does, even without bringing it to the top. It'll just grab it for you.
I think
Doors open automatically, and I'm
yeah,
sure you can turn some of that stuff you can turn off. But
I think I would like that feature to be added to Apex proper. The one where if you have an upgrade for your gun, that moves to the top of the selection of the bin
Yeah.
you're opening.
yeah. I think the most jarring thing outside of the controls, and I've got some footage on screen just running, was the fact that you just couldn't move
Yeah.
and shoot
I know what you're saying.
accurately.
Yeah,
And
I know exactly.
I'm running this on a Pixel 5. I know you I think have it on an iPhone maybe, or you were playing on a tablet. I mean, was it
I was running
smooth
it on
for
my
you?
iPhone. Oh, it's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, the game was running smooth for
Yeah.
me too. I just felt like I couldn't. I feel like I'm supposed to stop and shoot and not move.
And not like, okay, sure. Okay, so here's my if I had to sum it up into like a single like thought, it's just like they did a very, very good job of making Apex Legends for a mobile device. Like the legend abilities, the legends, the way the game plays, the map is World's Edge. It's just
World's
you
Edge.
know
They animate
so
very
they-
fine.
they did,
They
yeah.
animate really nicely actually. All the characters.
they did an extremely good job of bringing Apex Legends to a mobile device, and that's kind of where I have this problem where my brain when I go to play is like, oh, this is Apex Legends. Like you know how to play this game. Like you
but
know, like
but your fingers don't know how to play this game.
yeah, it's like, oh, this is just Apex Legends. You play this for hours a week. Like you know how to move. You know how to like do tiny advanced things like air strafing and tap strafing and that kind of stuff, right? You know how to do this.
Exactly.
But when you go to play this on the fucking mobile game, the mobile version, you can't move the way you normally can. You can't control the way you normally can. And it looks so close to the actual game that your brain is just like, what's wrong? Like something is wrong. Like this doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And there's a weird thing where some of the things on screen have prompts. So like when you go to loot a box, there's a prompt on screen to loot it. It's a little small icon.
Yeah.
But what's strange to me is like the first thing I tried to do on a lot of these items was tapping the items to pick them up. Like tapping on the screen,
Oh,
and it just maybe there's a setting for it because there's a lot of settings. Like if you want to customize this game,
you can
it's set
customize
towards
the HUD. Yeah, you can really customize the HUD,
bro.
which is cool. Which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it at the end of this video. You can customize so much stuff about this game that it doesn't even. I don't even know why I would be playing it on phone with all like it's insane. This is the amount of customizations that they put into this. But yeah, it was weird. I was like, I tried to tap on that shield, and I'm like, I can't pick it up. How do I pick up the shield? And it's like, oh, it'll automatically pick it up for you if you don't have it.
Yeah. I'm like watching the footage right now, and it's frustrating because you're not turning and moving at the
down.
same time.
I told
You're
you, it's
looking
like,
down a lot. Yeah, and then you're doing like it looks like you're running forward and then turning and then running forward again.
I told you, I am learning how to like. I felt like I'm learning how to play a 3D
How to
game
use
for the
a
first
controller
time.
again for the first time. Yeah,
For the first
yeah.
time, like, and it's, I would find myself like, okay, I want to jump, I want to do this, but I wouldn't because I would tap the wrong button, and that, like I said, we said it, you can move a lot of stuff here and there in different areas, but yeah, I know people probably want to know about the progression, which you only have Octane and I think Bloodhound at first, and then the more you play, the more you level up, which is like, you'll keep unlocking new legends. So you get Lifeline and Bangalore. They unlock that way. So you'll eventually get all the legends, and they're not trying to kind of like, I don't know, hide them or lock them behind in too much stuff. But it's kind of weird just not like running in a game and only seeing 2 legends potentially through the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. This is when Apex was a brand new game. It was you had your OG team, your roster. You like originally when Apex launched, there was a lot of Bloodhound, Wraith, and Pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
Like that was the squad.
The broken tier kids.
Yeah, so I think I would have less of a problem with the game. Like personally, I think I'm glad. Actually, I am glad that the game launched the way that it is. Like it's such a good recreation of Apex Legends. I'm actually happy that they managed to. Yeah, I'm happy that they managed to do it. But like me personally, I would have so much less of a problem with the game if it just didn't really look like Apex. Like an example is for me is like Rocket League. So there's actually a mobile version of Rocket League, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not quite the same as Rocket League because it's for a mobile device. So now it's from the side. It's like a side-scrolling kind of, not side-scrolling, but it's a side perspective Rocket League, right?
Okay, it's a different.
So it's
a little different. Take on it.
So instead of being 3D, so you're behind your car, right, and you're in like the Rocket League arena. It's just like you're. It would be like it's like soccer and foosball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like
it's like that. Yeah, so that's what it is for like for Rocket League. But like for me, if it was like that, I would have so much less of a problem because I'm like, oh, it's like baby Apex or something like that. Like I mean, like it's not Apex, it's just like mobile Apex. It's Apex mobile.
That would help because I mean, here's the thing: it does feel like a different type of Apex in the sense that you can do third person. So if you want to, if you want to queue up for just third person games, it'll lock you into that. And if you want to do first person, then it'll lock you into games with first person. But like you said, the way a lot of things are kind of laid out, though, you do feel like you just are playing Apex Mobile from the way the battle pass looks and is laid out to the way the weapons, all the menus, and it's very congruent. And the footage that I have that I took was actually on like I guess standard graphics. There is And I'm going to see if I can just fast forward here really quickly because that's just going to go over to the battle pass. So if you want a battle pass, that's all there. These options, I went to options just thinking there would be a couple. Advanced
No, there's a
setup
ton. There's a lot. Yeah, it's very customizable.
it's down to your ADS mode,
Yep,
to the
there's like
control.
a ton. Yeah.
There's a controller layout if you want to hook up your controller or anything like that, like a PlayStation, Xbox controller. That's there.
I might honestly. I think if I plugged in a controller, I would probably enjoy it way more.
You probably would, but then you'd be saying like, "Why the
Yeah.
heck am I playing this on my phone?"
Yeah. Why not?
But
Why don't I just play like actual Apex? Yeah.
but you know what? It's not. It's not. Maybe that's like for us. It's not for us because we know there's a lot of people who maybe they don't have a PC and they do have, but they have a phone and or a tablet, and this
They
is
don't have a PC and also don't have a console, and they just want to play Apex.
or yeah. I mean, the world is a big place, and like you were saying, I have the options on screen in terms of like how you can rearrange the HUD. Well, you can rearrange the HUD any way you want to. There's a lot of different buttons on the screen at any given time, that you can.
Yeah, you can move that
on.
around. You can change the size of each button as well. It's pretty cool, honestly.
I mean, at least they did a solid right there, in terms of making sure that everyone, you can play the game.
It's like comfortable to you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gyroscope settings. I didn't even realize there were gyroscope settings until now.
They have it for the Switch. The Switch version has gyroscope aiming a little bit. You can do fine corrections with the gyroscope.
Oh, okay. What I am wondering about,
smart, honestly.
what I'm wondering about is the graphics quality. So, like I said, I have it on normal, but there is also HD, Ultra HD, and Original. I want to try Original just to see where.
That sounds fucking dude. Yeah, maybe if you're playing on like an iPad Pro or something. Yeah.
There's just like post process. There's so much stuff in here that I was honestly impressed, and I know that while it isn't for me, I honestly I could say like, if you want to play this on mobile or tablet, take the time to
I'm glad
download.
there's also colorblind settings as well. Yeah,
Do they have? There's colorblind settings in the
there's
original.
colorblind
right?
settings.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is, yeah.
I'd say just my honest opinion. Take the time, go into the settings. If you find like it's not good for you, make it good for you. Like,
Yeah.
just go and make it, because I believe honestly, if you put a little effort into it, you can get a comparable Apex experience, if not the same.
It looks really good. Yeah,
normal
it's just
Apex.
worlds. It's not like nerfed in any kind of way. Like,
No,
it's straight up
no.
legitimate, just like World's Edge, the same legends, the same legend abilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same guns and everything. Like, it's just straight up Apex Legends on a mobile device, which in itself is pretty amazing.
Exactly.
I personally have a hard time enjoying it because I want to be able to play it like I usually play it, and I can't, and that's why it's irritating.
But that's pretty much it. There is one new legend that they did add.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't unlock him to play him, so I can't really speak to him.
Fade.
Fade. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, "What the heck? We got this dude. He has pretty cool abilities. It looks like."
I think he's a mobile first legend. I think he's gonna come to PC later. I think.
It'll be interesting. It would honestly be really interesting if they had mobile legends and PC legends.
You mean like mobile only legends? PC
exclusive
legends.
ones, exclusives. Like,
It's possible, maybe, because the fact that a mobile device is just a different beast entirely from a console or PC, in terms of how you can, like, the skill ceiling rather, is a little bit higher. Let's say on a console or a PC, right?
right.
Like, I don't think you're going to be able to like tap strafe on Apex Mobile.
No,
You just
no.
can't be able to do it, right? So I think balancing might be. We might see balancing be a little bit different on mobile and not mobile. So, like, let's say the R99, for example, might be a little more powerful on Apex Mobile or something, or a little more nerfed, or the Kraber there'll be some extreme aim assists, for sniper rifles on Apex Mobile or something like that.
Yeah.
There might be different balancing, and if the balancing goes in such big directions, then maybe they might have mobile only legends to, I don't know, to like to play to that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I honestly I think that it's a little bit, it's not too late. Like, I think there's a huge Apex community. I think a lot of people in certain regions might just this is their apex, and
Yep, it's possible. Yeah, I agree.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
I don't see people like us, like people who are used to playing either on console or playing on, you know,
Not console.
non-console PC. Sorry, I don't think any of us are going to move over. It doesn't feel like a game
No,
that
I
you want.
don't think so. Yeah,
That you
no.
want to play on your break, right? I think Call of Duty or something is more straightforward. Go shoot. Now there are deathmatch. There are a couple modes in here. Team deathmatch, free for all. I don't know if there's not a capture the flag, but yeah, team deathmatch, random respawn, team deathmatch, arenas. Like there's a lot of modes on here that you can kind of get that fix in if you want to do that. But I don't know if I would hit the battle royale. But hey, I mean, people, you're free to do what you want to do when you play Apex Mobile. Just enjoy it. I think. Don't force yourself to play it, and don't poo-poo on it, because I think we didn't say anything about the performance issues being bad. I didn't have any performance issues.
That's
The
fine,
animations
yeah.
were clear. Everything looked fine. So from a game running smoothly, they did a great job.
I think like if anything, if I were to play it, I would definitely play it like on the train if I'm like super bored.
Very boring.
And you know what I mean? And like I'm going into the city and I'm like, yeah, I have 20 minutes to kill. I'm gonna play battle. I'm gonna play a battle
You
royale.
want to play a
on the
battle
train.
royale on the train?
Yeah, maybe because like when you hop on the train, when you go into the city, you go into Tokyo for whatever reason. What are you doing? Are you listening to music or on your Reddit? Like, how do you spend 20 minutes? What are you doing?
I'm usually sleeping or listening to music.
Yeah,
Looking
I'm
out
always
the
listening to
window. That's
music and
me.
I'm like on Reddit or Twitter. But if for some reason I'm just like so like nothing good is on Reddit or Twitter or whatever, and I don't want to watch a video on YouTube, I'm like, sure, well, you know what, battle royale, let's do it. Like
Let's do
maybe
it.
I could,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's not like it's a bumpy ride, so
yeah.
there you go. And then moving on to other news. Other news. We'll skim on by this. Shouldn't be too much news for this week. As I turn this off again, there we go. Feels so much better. I don't know if you saw the PS Plus premium games, the list for that.
I saw that they were announced and I decided to not look at them because
You probably have them.
I canceled my PlayStation Plus membership. So yeah, okay.
I mean, it's a pretty good. I mean, a lot of people
I heard it's good.
were
I heard it's good. Yeah.
surprised. People were
Yeah.
surprised. So you get Bloodborne, and some of these things you got from their kind of PlayStation Essentials package that they
Yeah.
had.
Yep.
But I mean, Bloodborne stands out to me, which that's something you already got. I was surprised, but I knew because it's House Marquee. You got Alienation, Death Stranding, and I don't get this Death Stranding and Death Stranding director's cut.
Why
so
we even give the choice? I don't understand.
get the choice. I mean, you got
Okay, sure.
you got the new Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. I mean, a lot of it's their first party, but Gravity Rush 2 hit me like, scores me.
Gravity Rush 2 is such a damn good. Gravity Rush is a good game, dude.
I was like, they didn't forget about it.
Yeah,
It's
good
here.
game. Yeah, good game.
Oh my goodness, I was.
Yeah.
It reminds me, I need to go back and finish up Gravity Rush 1 because I
I need
I
to
was
finish
enjoying
Gravity
it.
Rush 2. Yeah, Gravity Rush is such. I love the story. I love those characters.
Well, you
yeah.
can get Gravity Rush Remastered and Rush 2 with the mid tier. Horizon, Infamous Second Son, like First Light, Second Son, Knack. The Loco Roco games are on here, which I was just like,
Wow.
Patapone 1, 2. Returnal is here. That's actually a pretty big one. Medieval, Matterfall. Last Guardian. A lot of the Studio Japan stuff, I was just like, I forgot, like, Studio Japan, they've been doing like one or two things, they not the same, but hey, you can pretty much all these games: Celeste, Control Ultimate Edition, Dead Cells, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, Hollow Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, rip that studio, but
Rip that. No, they're still
they're
around.
not dead. They're
not
not
dead.
get fired. Yeah, they just
Yeah,
got
no
sold.
one's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not. They didn't get fired or anything, but
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6. I think what people are really concerned or wondering about is like PS1 and PSP games, which I did reveal. Siphon Filter will have achievements, so I don't know if it's going to be for every one of these games, but the fact that there's going to be achievements for some of this got people kind of excited. It was like some really goodwill news. I mean, if you had like an older Persona game or something that you like, and they added achievements, would you just go back and play it for the achievements?
Good question. No. I actually don't care. I actually don't give a shit about achievements at
Some people
all.
love
Yeah.
them achievements, or
I
like
know
it
people do.
adds to them, and
I
I'm like, I
really
don't
know
get it.
people
But
do.
hey,
Yeah, I know people do. I do. Actually, on my PlayStation 4, I turned off the notification that, like, like, oh, you got an. I actually turned it off. I have no idea when I get achievements, honestly.
it's not necessary.
Yeah.
uh,
Because it's
I
always like, oh, you beat the boss. Boop. And I'm like,
it's like sometimes the name of the
okay.
achievements are nice. Some of the like the achievement titles are actually
Yeah, the
like nice
achievement,
to
like,
see. Yeah,
sometimes it's like a
yeah,
funny, it's like a joke or something. It's like a funny joke or something. Yeah. I
like
mean, there's
those.
okay in my gaming. There's been a couple times when I'm like, "That's a good achievement. That's funny." So one of like here's one of my favorite ones. I guess you might not know this, but in the Metal Gear Solid HD collection,
Uh-huh.
when you are playing MGS2, you can get an achievement called Snake Beater. And I don't know how you're imagining
Whoa.
getting this achievement, but you would go I probably people maybe not know this, but you go into a locker. So there's some lockers in MGS2 that have a sexy like pinup, like a Japanese gravure like model, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
So
seeing
you'll
those.
go. Yeah, so you go into the locker as Snake, you close the locker, and you go into first person mode, and you're like looking at a Japanese gravure model.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if you call if you call Otacon while you're doing that, Snake will be like breathing really heavy, and Otacon's just like, "What are you doing, Snake?" And then on screen it's like, "Boop," and then you get an achievement. It's called Snake Beater.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, "Oh, that's so
They
funny."
they thought of
That is
it all.
legitimately
They
funny.
thought of it all. You got to do something to keep
Yeah,
yourself busy on those spy
that's
missions.
so funny. Yeah. Anyway, so
Espionage
that's like
mission.
one achievement that I actually really do appreciate. But other than that, I really don't care about achievements. Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, it looks like Sony is kind of gained a little bit more goodwill on this service. People are gone from lukewarm to being a little bit more excited. The PS2 classics, Rogue Galaxy is going to be on. I think all these were
Rogue
kind of.
Galaxy is a gooder though. Yeah, these are good. Like these are great PS2 games,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. Like so, when you line them up like this, it's kind of like, oh snap!
Mm.
Dark Cloud 2, all the Jack and Daxters, Siren, of course.
Bioshock Remastered is a
Some
really
of these are
weird
weird.
game. But no, I'm not saying Bioshock's a bad game or anything, but Bioshock Remastered is a weird game to show up on a list underneath Wild Arms 3. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
and
Yeah,
along with
yeah.
the Lego Harry Potter collection and
It's just a
Kingdoms.
weird
I'm like,
game to be
what the
right
heck?
yeah, Wild Arms 3. Bioshock. Okay,
Huh.
well, weird.
You can, and then like MotorStorm Apocalypse, MotorStorm RC. If you haven't, I think honestly the PS3 games, just for Studio Japan stuff, Echo Chrome, Ico or Eco,
Oh, Echo
Puppeteer,
Chrome. Yeah.
Rain, Tokyo Jungle, like
That's such
in
a
a
good game. I love Tokyo Jungle. Did you ever play
frick.
Tokyo Jungle?
I played it when it came out here, and I was like, "What? I actually still own it." No, take that. I
It's
still own that
so
game. Hold
fun.
up,
I love Tokyo Jungle.
random
I
as
really
heck.
want. Yeah, I would maybe subscribe just for Tokyo Jungle.
And the fact Resistance 3, which is probably the best of
That's a
all the
fun. That's a fun game.
Resistances,
It's a fun game. Yeah.
Asura's Wrath. I was like, holy fudge, man!
Yeah.
They brought out
Yeah.
some Asura's Wrath for this. Enslaved Odyssey to the West, which is a really
Mm-hmm.
good game, really
Yeah.
good. And Lost Planet 2. I mean, there's honestly, I was actually surprised by the PS3 collection that they have here because it just reminded me that Studio Japan, man, they made some good stuff. They made some good stuff. Now they just make Astro bots.
Um. So I just can't stop. I love Tokyo Jungle. It's such a good, fun game.
If anyone doesn't know, go look it up. It is a wacky game in which you're in Shibuya
It's so
as
crazy.
animal.
You
It's an animal world out there.
you start out as like an animal in an abandoned Tokyo. So there's no humans. Like humans are all dead. Basically, it's a post-apocalyptic Tokyo. It's like a ruined city. You start as an animal and you have to like survive as long as possible by like killing other animals and eating the meat to get energy. And then you have to like find a mate and then you have to have children because when you die, your like offspring take over, right? And you just like try to like survive as long as possible. And you need to try to find like water. And if you have fleas, like that'll hurt you. So you have to like find a way to wash the fleas off. You have to find meat. And you're always like hunting like bigger, larger animals. I remember playing as a Pomeranian, like the dog, and killing a lion. Like that is so
I think that was
satisfying.
one of the things they showed at like E3 that year. They unveiled it was just like that Pomeranian doing something to it, and there was like
Yeah, like you're a
lions and stuff. I'm
tiny
like, what the heck is
Pomeranian
this
dog,
crap?
and you're like, I'm gonna fuck this lion up, and then
Dude,
you can do it.
Honestly, like I
Yeah.
said, Studio Japan. If people like the Gravity Rush, all that stuff was them. They always did some crazy stuff. Honestly, one of the reasons why I like Sony, or like, and back on PS2 and PS3, where I was just like, I love these type of games.
Yeah.
And then finally, I guess we'll speed through some of these stories because, well, they're not exactly the longest stories in the world. Pretty simple, pretty simple, I think. But if you want to talk about them longer, let me know. Looks like Norman Reedus let it slip that Death Stranding 2 is in development. Yay!
Cool.
Kojima
Sweet.
said some cool things. Not real much news. I didn't play the game. I own it, but I guess
I
it ends
also
on a
own it,
cliffhanger.
and I also did not play much of it.
Capcom updates the top 10 best sellers of their like category, their lineup or their games of all time, with Monster Hunter World being number one still, 18 million units. Resident Evil 7 is now at 10 million units, and RE2 remake.
That's
9.6.
up there. Damn, dude. That's really up there.
Yeah, Iceborne is 9.2. Rise is at 9 million. And then Resident Evil 5, 6, coming in at 6 and 7. Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 5.
Is that all versions of Street Fighter 2 ever, period? Ever? Like arcade and Super Nintendo and like new
These
champions?
are the official numbers, so...
Yeah, is that all, every single release and every single version? So including the new challengers and hyper fighting and all that kind of stuff?
I don't...
Because I feel like that's small, no? I feel like that's a little too small.
It feels like it's small, right? But it very well could be because the size of the audience wasn't that large to begin with, and fighting game still doesn't have a large audience. So I don't know, man. It'll be really interesting to see if someone could dig into that and just give us like the actual, the like which versions, were the like that specifically, But yeah, you can play RE7 in VR and Village too. Fully in VR now on PC. I knew 7 you could always do on VR. It was kind of in there, but Village is the new one, and I actually do want to. I want to try it, man. I want to try it.
Yeah.
I don't want to play all of it because those games look beautiful. Or they look really nice, right?
They do look. I got to give them credit. They look like really impressive, graphically, impressive games. So
yeah. So if you're in there, I think it runs through the Mother VR mod. You can probably just download that. But go ahead and check it out. It could be something else, but yeah, it's worth the look. Babylon's Fall, Season 2. Last week, one concurrent player.
Whoa, Season 2, they're really moving forward with it, huh?
They probably already had Season 2 in development, so they couldn't really...
Like, they can't cancel it, basically.
They can't cancel it. Season 3 is another question, Season 3 is another question. The only game that might have, at any given time, 0 people playing it as a live service game, and, like, you can't call it a live service if it's dead.
No, so it's just a live... I mean, it's still live. You could log into a server. Server's not dead. I mean,
servers aren't dead.
You could make a joke saying it's a dead service game. I can see that joke, but yeah.
Yeah.
Should I stream Babylon's Fall?
You would be the top in the category potentially.
You think?
Probably.
But who would be watching?
The people who watch your stream normally.
Yeah, I guess. Square should sponsor me. I'll do a Babylon's Fall stream. I'll do a sponsored stream.
Do it. You could be the streamer. You could become the streamer for that game. The market's open.
I remember when
market's open, bro.
A bunch of HoloLive VTubers did a bunch of sponsored streams for Babylon's Fall. And they did I think one stream basically where they all played the game together. And I think God, this must suck. Even when you have the biggest VTubers promoting your game and you still don't it doesn't really make a difference, that sucks.
That game had no hype cycle. It had nothing.
That sucks. Yeah. Well, they did have some big HoloLive talent doing a promo stream. I remember watching some of it too. I was sharing the stream with a coworker, and we're just well, this game looks bad. Holy shit!
It looks like a PS3 game on your PS4
or your PC. They were playing on a PS5 actually, but yeah.
Well, that just makes it even worse every time we upgrade it. It makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Looks like we might have we've got some Final Fantasy VII news coming for I want to say, is it June?
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary this year for Final Fantasy as a whole. So
yeah, and then the 25th anniversary for Final Fantasy VII. So Nomura was saying that,
Already?
hey,
Holy shit.
yeah, yeah, he was doing some promotion for the first soldier, and was saying that I wonder how far I'm allowed to share about it right now, teasing that we could actually get a little bit more information. And we don't know what that could be. It could just be a little bit more of Ever Crisis in terms of showing that, since that does have all of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII involved in it, or we could actually get like a little bit of a
A
teaser
part two?
for part two, like a small little teaser. That'll be awesome. We still got 16 to go, so I don't think I'm not in the like. I don't need it, you know.
You don't need part two, you mean?
Well, no, I mean, I want to see 16 stuff first, but you know what? They could be like, we're gonna give you some 16 full-on trailer, and then we're gonna give you a little bit of a teaser for FF7 Part 2 remake,
Part two?
and then we'll just be like, Square, you're blowing us up, man.
If 16 and part two came out in the same year, which would you buy? Or let's say the same month, which would you buy?
16.
Really?
Because
over really? Okay.
Because unless they bundle the frickin' I still have to play the Yuffie DLC.
Oh, I mean, you could buy it on PC and play the Doofy DLC that way. Because I know you don't have a PS5.
Yeah, but I have to play the whole thing again, which is not a bad
Is it
thing.
not? Is it not standalone? You can't just play the Yuffie DLC?
Is it not standalone? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like you have to,
yeah, I don't know. I don't own it. Yeah.
I know you get it with Integrate, but I don't know if it's
standalone.
If it's standalone, like if it was standalone, then sure. You know what? Even then, I'd be paying like $60 for a $20 DLC.
It's on sale right now. I think Epic is having a sale right now. So you want to pick up FF7 Integrate on PC? I think now would be a good time to do it, or you can wait for next sale.
Everyone, definitely go check out that Epic game sale. I think that's going to do it. Pretty much do it for the news. Xbox Series X outselling PS5 in Japan for some random reason.
Well, maybe because it's impossible. Because it's impossible to get it. That's why. Because
one of them might be in the stores.
PS5.
One of them might not be. I don't know.
I was at a store. I went shopping like last week, and I could have bought a Series X, and I was like, honestly, dude, I was like, should I? Because it was there.
It was there.
Yeah.
The stupid PS5s, they do not want to have in the store, at any store. I haven't even seen them in like book offs on like used. Like I'm like, bro, can I just see it in the store outside the demo case unit? Like, what is this?
I went to a store, and it was like there in the glass case, like a Series X, and I was like, you know what? I could walk home. I could get a current gen console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't, obviously, because I just, if I'm gonna buy a console, it's gonna be a PS5. But
I mean, Atlas over here sending out surveys. Where would you like to see the next Persona?
On the Vita, on the PlayStation Vita,
where it should always be. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us this week. It's been I think it was a pretty good show. Honestly, I'm very, very intrigued with the Palworld. I'm intrigued. I hope I can play for more than 30 seconds.
Well, let us know what hot topics you want us to talk about on the show. If that's video games or that's life in Japan, maybe you want pro tips on how to renew your visa.
That is a process. You need to know what time to go and where to go to, because
legitimately,
you can go.
Yeah. If you want to live in Japan, it's a fact of life you're gonna have to deal with renewing your visa. So yeah.
And until you hit that one status.
When are you renewing your visa? Next year or the year after?
I think it's this year. I feel like it's this year.
I gotta renew this year too, and I'm like not looking for. I hate it every time. I hate it. Like,
I'm wondering if I should just do the permanent visa.
You know what?
We've been here for 10 years.
That's a topic for another podcast. But honestly, legitimately, I'm actually gonna strongly consider PR. I guess this year. So yeah.
There we go. Once again, thanks everyone for joining us. You can follow my co-host on Twitch at Root24, and you can follow me at Ninja Tricks. And we play a lot of great games there. What are you playing this weekend? Did you hit up the Power
Wash, baby? Power Wash. I couldn't stream Power Wash on Thursday because the patch came out like after I was done streaming.
Oh, okay.
I just messed up the time zone because like, hey guys, we're gonna play Power Wash, and then the patch didn't drop in time, so I was like, okay, we're gonna play more Stranger's Paradise. But the patch is like out now. It's been out for a couple days, but I'm saving myself for stream. So I'm gonna be streaming Power Wash Simulator tomorrow, and then on Thursday, honestly, maybe more Power Wash or more Strangers of Paradise. I don't know.
Sounds good. And I'm still going through Ni no Kuni, which has been a fun The game's been, it's always a joy. It's a little bit longer in terms of like each of the little dungeons. Dude, they had a save point at the end of the dungeon.
Oh,
Like you
really?
walk into the dungeon and I'm like, where's the save point? You don't find it until the end of the dungeon before a boss fight. I'm like, what design this? What is
There's
this?
only one save point,
There
and
was
it's
only
before a boss.
one. Yeah, yeah. And like if you die in this game, you go back to the previous save point. It's like a Souls like you have to pay coins to continue from where you were.
Oh, that's savage.
It's savage, man. I'm like, what is this roguelike element to this game? What the heck is this crap? And then I'm also playing Alien Isolation in VR, which has been a fun time. So come in, check those out.
Is it still scary or not scary? Or
I finally found the alien.
was that scary?
It's very different. It wasn't as scary as some of the stuff in Phasmo, but when you get those death animations, like I had to like look behind me, and I'm like looking up at it, and it's just those death animations, it lingers. That does not kill you quickly. It just like looks at you like I'm gonna kill you, and it's like that is scary. It is actually like kind of fearful right there. It's a little dread.
Yeah, it's definitely a survival game. It's a stealth game actually. It's a stealth game.
It's a stealth game.
It's a stealth game, yeah.
It's a stealth game. It is a stealth survival game. And I've had moments where the alien's just walking around, and I'm like, okay, the alien's gone. The alien's back again. Where are you going, alien? What are you doing? Leave me alone. Just go. I've nicknamed her Martha.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard somewhere that the game will try to make sure that you're always a little bit stressed. But it makes sure like it doesn't want you to be too stressed, so it'll back off. Alien will back off after a while.
Yeah.
But if you're been in like safety for a little bit, then it'll introduce the alien again nearby to like put pressure on you.
It's done a really good job of that, and it's like it's great. I'm honestly, for a game that came out in 2014 or 15.
It's an old game. Yeah,
it's old game. Like it holds up really well. And if you have a Oculus or Rift, whatever, dude, play it in VR. They did a really good job. The modders did an amazing job on the game in VR. So
yeah, that's good.
That's it, everyone. We'll be back for episode 134 of the Unknown Games podcast next week. And yeah, that's it. Nothing fancy to say at the end of this episode, other than we'll catch you later. Subscribe to the channel. YouTube. Subscribe.
Right.
Find us. Unknown Games podcast. I'm not going to let you go. My host is like, will you just shut up? Just let me go. Just let me go.
All right, peace.
Peace, everybody.